Hi, welcome to Hikate's Crossing. Okay, not sure who's coming in tonight. Right, what have I received recently? Of course, has been the Visconti Sforza. See what card popped out there. Oh, might have to wait to get my glasses and I can see. Hi, Hal. Okay, today's message comes from the Page of Wands, talking about enthusiasm, being enthusiastic, but yet not having the experience to achieve the results you want. Creativity, passion. Yeah, go for it, Hal. What's your question? Hi, Tanya. Will Aquarius text you? Will Aquarius text you? Yes or no answer? Okay. Okay, we've got 3 of Wands. Page of Knight of Wands. And Knight of Discs. Well, it feels like there's some hesitation going on. It's definitely a slow journey. I'm sort of saying no, not at this time. There's definitely some trials. It's definitely no. The answer is will Aquarius text you? Not at this time. There's definitely a lot of hesitation going on about it. Definitely feels like there's this, yeah, definitely feels like there's a block to your answer. Will Aquarius text you? No. I don't feel like there's going to be a text at all at this stage, unless some things do change, but at the moment, no. No, don't feel like there's any, there's no texting at this time. Okay, Tanya, why does your ex keep stalking you? Let's have a look. Okay, we've got a bit of got the Magician here. Con man, a bit of a trickster, not very honest. Here we have the Queen of Wands. This is someone who has a bit of passion, a bit of creativity. So he sees you as someone who's creative. What cards go on here? Someone who deserves a bit of pampering. So why does your ex? I feel like there's a sense of like, honestly, we got the Magician coming here and you're asking about him. It's not very trustworthy, not very honest. You've got a Magician here who is normally sort of a bit of a con man, someone who's not very honest. So you can, and he sort of sees you as someone who is passionate, creative, maybe someone that he has this, I feel like he's got this obsessive passion about it. Okay, and this one here is a bit of luxury. It's like he feels like maybe he can, a sense of buying your love, and it's not necessarily with money, but definitely with thinking that if he can shower you or stalk you, that it's there. I just think it's his own thing. It's like he's trying to control. Seems to be a lot about control going on, Tanya. I feel like there's a lot about control. It's about trying to control the situation. If he's stalking you, it's because he thinks he can control the situation that's going on. Not very honestly, of course, not with integrity. He does see you as creative, does see you as passion, something that he can obsess over. I'm getting a lot of obsession with this here as well. Hi, Elisa. Hey, Michelle. So, Tanya, I feel like he's, I really feel that the reason why he is stalking you is because he feels like he can be in control. He can be in control of the situation. I'm sort of getting with the horses here that he's trying to control, a sense of control. Well, I don't see it in the cards. The cards aren't showing it as because you've got the Magician here. This is the Telltale card. Doesn't feel like there's no passion or anything like that. It's a bit of a trickster, not being very honest. This is a card of not trustworthy, is basically the Magician. So I'm not seeing him being genuine about it, but things can change, things can shift. But at this stage, I feel like it's a sense of control, trying to control the situation. It's like the Magician can control his tricks by his skills and his abilities. He can get you to look beyond. He's sort of showing you the surface and what's happening down behind the scenes. You're not really seeing, what's behind the scenes. So he's like he's trying to a sleight of hand. So, yeah. General reading based on German and Michelle. Okay, tell me about German and Michelle. Good move, Tanya. Good move. Okay, Michelle. Okay, we've got Temperance, which is about blending things together, merging things together. Moderation. You feel like things are being shaken up. Feel like your world's been rocked, if you like. Get a sense of taking time out. Taking time out. Interesting. And Three of Swords. Okay, so it's a sense of things sort of merging together, blending together, a sense of having moderation to allow things to change. And it feels like your world's been shaken up in some way for some reason. It's like saying take a leap of faith, allow yourself to rebuild what you want in your own design. It's about having your own foundations with your own perceptions, your own thoughts, ideas, and plans, allowing you to have foundations. As you sort of, there is some challenges in regards to maybe some ideas and plans in place, Michelle. There might be some challenges in regards to being able to expand or grow in your ideas and perceptions. So I feel at this stage there is a sense of making sure that you're in moderation, try not to be too excessive, knowing that you've got to take a leap of faith, be able to rebuild on what you want, what you desire. It's all about your foundations. I think that's very important, having some stability in your thoughts and ideas, because once you have that stability, it's going to allow you to move ahead as well. So that's really important, Michelle. Okay. Elisa. Yeah, sure. Brittany, can I ask how my Virgo X feels? If you've got a question, just type it in and I'll click back to it. Just type in your question once. How does your ex feel about you? Oh. Why am I getting the 3 of Swords coming up? Seems like this is going to be the card today. There's your 3 of Swords. Five of Wands. Definitely some success, but also sense of battles and things going on, Brittany. Okay, definitely some challenges. Okay, we've got 3, so I'm definitely getting some challenges coming in this respect. So there's a lot of challenges in regards to how he feels about you. Okay, he feels like it's like you're holding on to something, or he's holding, or maybe your ex is holding on to something that's not it's not going to lead you into the right path. I don't feel like it's feeling very a sense of a lot of trials, a lot of challenges, a lot of battles and things going on. Definitely feels like Brittany, I'm getting very heavy as well. So something's been held on to that's not good for the soul. It's not nourishing the soul. It's not allowing you to expand and grow as an individual. Well, okay. Just getting, okay, yeah. Feels like you need to sort of break through and create. Okay, it's like you're needing to be quite logical in the way that you choose to move forward, Brittany. I feel like something's being held on to that's not good, and it's asking that you sort of allow yourself to sort of break through this energy that's been held on to here. It's going to allow you to be quite practical in the advice. I'm getting a very heavy energy about this, Brittany. So I'm just getting something that's not very healthy. That's why it flew out. Okay, I'm getting here like holistic change, like there needs to be some changes and stuff going on. Sorry, I don't need to get that. Yeah, definitely feel like you're holding on to something, and I'm not, even though it's like can't get you out of my mind, it's like he can't get you out of his mind. It's like he's always thinking about you. It's always there, but it doesn't necessarily always mean that it's going to be healthy. And even though I've got the love here, I'm talking about loving yourself. It's like, do you love who you are to move ahead, Brittany? Are you able to love who you are so that you can actually move into a healthy space for yourself? So that's what I'm getting for you anyway. So if I've done a reading for you, unsure what I've actually said, come back and listen to it later. It'll become a bit clearly. Yeah, okay, that's true. Right, so Eliza wanted a reading, but I'm not quite sure what question she had. Eliza, just need a question. The Hierophant. All you need to do, if you want a question, if you want me to answer a question, just type a question up and I'll come back to it as I can. I'm only going to be on for a short time. I'm only going to be on for about another half an hour or so, just so you know. But can I ask, what does Indigo feel about me? Okay. What does Indigo feel? Shaken World. Five of Pentacles, the Five of Discs, and Six of Discs. This is so interesting. So the sense of I'm just getting a lot of success, a lot of this is quite like unconditional giving. It's like somebody who feels like it's like shaken world, just feels very unconditional. Definitely feels like being let out of the cold, put into somewhere warm, allowing you to sort of feel like you like they're giving unconditionally, don't expect anything in return. Definitely shaking up some world there. So Hierophant definitely feels as though Indigo sort of feels like you've shaken up their world. Definitely feels as though they give unconditionally. They're not really expecting anything in return. They just feel the way they feel. It feels quite positive. Feels like they just give unconditionally. Don't expect anything. It feels quite it's like they've here I'm just good about spoken the truth, just saying how they, I feel like there's been a lot of words being spoken, but are you listening? Hierophant. So I just feel like, yeah, okay. So you just feel like, yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of, it's like she's spoken her truth, and just, you got to trust what she said, basically. Yeah, have here we've got the High Priestess. It feels like secrets revealed. The knowledge comes from within. So I definitely feel like just trust your instincts, trust your intuition in this. Don't try and overanalyze things. Keep your feet firmly on the ground, because just feel like your life's been, yep, you spoke your truth. Cool. Just have faith, just let it go. Don't worry. Don't put too much energy into it, because when you focus on that energy, that's exactly what you're going to create. So just be very careful about what the energy that you're putting into the situation. Hi, Alligator. Yep, your question is, saw that there. It's cool. I only need to ask your question once. I'll come back to it. Jasmine, yeah, what's your question? What's coming for me in my love life? Okay, Jasmine. Oh, Alligator. Okay, Jasmine first, and then I'll come back to Alligator. Okay, Jasmine, what's coming for you in your love life? Alligator, coming for you in your love life. You only have to do your question once. I do scroll back to it. So if you've typed up a question, I will scroll back. Okay, coming for your love life. Here we've got this king. So it says, talks about opportunities coming. Definitely opportunities. And then you're going to open your eyes and see what's actually going on. Be careful you don't make yourself feel like you're trapped in odd places. Contained. Be careful about rushing into the situation as well. Super important. Oops. Tower can be coming up quite a lot today. Okay, so you've got to really sort of break down the barriers as well. Just important for you to know that you have an opportunity coming. Jasmine, you've got an opportunity coming to the situation. Making sure that you don't feel yourself feeling like you're being trapped, contained, not being able to move freely. but at the same time, making sure you don't rush into anything is super important. And it's about a little bit, I'm just sort of breaking down the barriers, allowing yourself to have a little bit of faith in, or understanding in your journey that you're taking. Being aware, being self-aware is super important in this time. Allowing yourself to sort of surrender a little bit to it is going to be important as well. Allowing yourself to sort of just be and let things flow without putting too much thought into the situation as well. So there you go. There's some things to think about. Grav. Right, hi Grav. Yeah, just type in your question. Right, Alligato. Do you see a marriage? Okay, let's have a look. Cool, Jasmine. Okay, Alligato. Do you see marriage for me and my boyfriend? Do you see marriage? Marriage for your relationship. Marriage. Okay, there's definitely some changes. Does talk about rushing into the situation. It does say moving into it quite quickly will cause some changes, will cause some changes within the relationship, transformations within the relationship. So it is about focusing in on the direction and being honest about the direction you're actually going to take as well. It's super important to think about this direction that you're moving in. Okay, think about the direction you're actually moving in. Ooh, with the Hanged Man, you know, what are you sacrificing of yourself? That's something that you might need to think of quite importantly. What are you actually sacrificing of yourself at this time with moving into marriage? The Death card is about transformation, changes. Okay, transformation, changes. It's about changes going on in your life, changes going on in the relationship, things happening. It's not about death as such. Okay, it's also talking about having laughter and celebrating life. You know, have some fun. Don't allow yourself to get bogged too much down by the details. I feel like it's very important to have some fun, to enjoy the journey. Don't try and force it. Don't try and push it. Just find yourself with some laughter and some celebration. The Death card does not mean death. It means transformation and changes. Okay, Alligato? So that was your message, is about not rushing into the situation. There are going to be some changes for you within the relationship. Okay? Leo, lady, who may I marry? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Who may I marry in the future? The cards, it's not the type of readings I do. You know, take a moment, think about your question, be empowered, how you can move forward on your journey. There's been a lot of pressure to get married. I think you need to you need to take a step back. I'm getting like you need to live life. You know, what are you sacrificing? Why is there the pressure to get married? It just seems a bit not necessary. It's like you're getting married for the wrong reasons. Has to be about, I don't see any love in there whatsoever. It's all about thought and, over analyzing the situation. It's very major. It is going to be major transformations. Yeah. Okay, so Elisa, I didn't get a question from you either. Leo lady, that question is really, there's too much to go on. It's all about, what's coming towards you with love. That's a better question. There's a lot about self-love coming in here as well. Only you know that, Alligator, with your whole intuition. Can't always guarantee if it's going to be, it could be the right person in that moment. Who knows? Only you know that question. Only you know that answer. It's so personal. Okay, what's coming towards you with love? Let's have a look. Coming towards you. Okay, there's friendship. You got Queen. You got Queen of Wands, and she's someone who's friendship, but it's also about passion. Someone who's creative. So there could be a lot of creative energy coming up. There's definitely some challenges coming through. Definitely feels like some enterprise. There's an I feel like there's an enterprise or a venture coming up as well. So I feel like there's a lot about what's coming towards you with love. It's definitely about creativity. It's definitely about passion. It definitely feels like there might be some battles. There are definitely some challenges and things going on. There's this sort of mature energy as well. Now the King of Wands can also be someone who can be a bit of a player, or a bit of a a bit of passion, creative energy coming through as well. And here, this is just a reminder: moderation. Just be careful not to get too extreme in obsession about it as well. Just remembering to sort of stay in balance is super important. Trying to bring yourself into alignment can be really important for you as well, Leo. I feel like there's a sense of obsession going on here, which is why I'm sort of getting this energy. And then we've got this sense of, hey, look, you need to take a step back. You need to find yourself in alignment. Don't forget moderation, nothing too extreme. Just be aware of how you're behaving or what's actually going on around you can be super important. Okay, Leo. So, yeah, that's what you need to think about for you. Okay. High frequency. Adriana, feeling for you. Okay, how can Adriana, Adriana feelings for you? High frequency, Adriana's love. Feels like a spiritual awakening, maybe a sense of spiritual connection in some level. Being led out of the cold, being led into the warmth. Just trying to work through here. What have we got? Hate wants things happening quite intense. Feels like there's a lot of intensity going on. It feels like a sense of being pushed in the, or wanting to push you in the direction that they want to go in. Things seem quite intense. Definitely feels like a spiritual connection on some level. This one here keeps pulling it in. Okay, so there are some decisions to make. There's some trying to find some clarity. It could be a sense of sort of cutting away the other choice. It's like you've got a lot of decisions, you're at a crossroads, you've got a lot of decisions to make, and you've got to sort of cut away the debris or cut away the untruths and find the truth of the situation, so you can find some inner peace or some answers to it as well. So super important for you, I think, to think about how Adriana actually feels about you, is that there is a spiritual, I think she feels like there's a spiritual awakening in some way, like there's a spiritual connection in some way, a resurrection, an awakening. There is a sense of being pushed or being led into something more, out of the cold or into the warmth, pushed into something. There is a sense of things being quite intense, things happening quite quickly. There's a sense of renewal or rebirthing in the passion side of things, allowing you to find a way to sort of clear away the debris, to actually find the truth of the situation as well. So that's super important, high frequency, and how Adriana sort of feels about you. I just feel like there's this connection. There's a spiritual connection. So hopefully that'll give you a bit more clarity in what's going on for you with Adriana. Yashwant Meta, how's my future? And what lies ahead? Okay, what about finances, budgeting? Making sure that you're budgeting right, you're taking care of your finances is super important. And your health. Here we've got the sense of, again, about a sense about spiritual learning, development, also a sense of, what am I sort of getting, like a traditional, looking at things from a traditional spiritual sense. Easily wounded, hurt, a sense of naivety here. Let me just... Yashwant, right, Yashwant, your energy, what lies ahead for you? I just feel for you, you just need to look at your finances and your health, or your material aspects in your life, your security, sense of security. It's like, what lessons do you need to learn? What, looking at maybe your spiritual experiences or your religious experiences might be part of your journey as well, as you start to look more deeply into that situation. There might be a feeling of sense of vulnerability in regards to your own emotions as well. Maybe easily hurt by or swayed by what others think and feel about the situation. I think you just need to be very careful about, or being very aware of that as well, for what lies ahead for you. And it might be a sense of you actually making sure you have friends around you that are supportive. This one here, I feel a very supportive friend coming into the situation as well. Someone who's going to help and guide you, support you. Maybe someone who's quite creative in this creative energy as well. Someone who's going to sort of like be there for you when you ask, a sense of you asking for support, and they're going to be there for you as well. Hi EB, great, thanks. Hi Georgia, hi Loving Me. So Yashwant, that's your message there for you. Okay. Miss Bowen, 899. Hi, love. What will be my next significant relationship? Whew, significant relationship be like? Okay. Significant relationship. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Strength card there. Okay, significant relationship here. We've got a sense of needing strength to give unconditionally to the situation, to the relationship as well. Okay, we're getting some recognition, teamwork, finding yourself needing to be with others might be super important. Facing fears, acknowledging cycles. Okay, so your question was, let me go back to your question. Miss Bowen, what will your significant relationship be like? Okay, I feel like, Miss Bowen, that it's going to be a relationship where you're going to need endurance. You're going to need stamina. You're going to need some inner strength, maybe even some courage to move through it. It feels like this is a relationship that you might give a lot of yourself unconditionally. You have that with the sense of needing some support, knowing you're actually not alone through this process as well, because it will be a situation where you're acknowledging maybe the phase or the cycle that you're in right now. You might be needing to sort of, I'm sort of getting like facing your enemies, but your enemy, sometimes ourselves are our own worst enemies in the situation. So I'm just, this is going to be quite significant in your life, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be superbly what you expect it to be. Yeah, this is a journey. This is a relationship where you're going to have to get your groove on. I feel like you're going to have to think about yourself as well. Be careful about not putting everything into a frame, not containing yourself, not putting everything in a frame is going to be super important to you. So that's something that you're going to think about when you think about your next significant relationship. Okay, so Miss Bowen, so that was your message. Okay, done that, Georgia. Okay, loving me. Do you see Clarence and you ever getting back together? Okay, reconciliation. Reconciliation. Reconciliation, okay. Is there reconciliation in this? Okay, interesting. Again, we've got the moon card here. Again, I get this whole thing about acknowledging the cycle. Is this a repeated pattern? Is this something that's going to keep repeating itself? I feel like it's a bit of a yo-yo, to be honest. I'm sort of getting a bit of a yo-yo-y feeling about this as well, because here we've got this sense of being part of, just getting part of a group. Like this is again a repeated pattern, but I feel like it's you're not alone in the situation. Like there's others involved in the situation, and it's about trying to find your inner light, trying to allow. Oh, thank you, EB. Appreciate that. appreciate that. Wow, thank you very much, EB. If you've got a question, please ask away. And here we've got the Nine of Cups. It feels like things are happening behind the scenes that we actually don't see. There is this sense of gain. So, loving me, you're talking about a sense of reconciliation. But I'm sort of getting a feeling of there's other people involved in the situation. There's other things going on behind the scenes. You've got to let your true self shine through. It's like you're being suppressed. It's like you're being hidden from the situation as well. It's like you're being hidden. It's like you're not really being seen. Yeah, it's definitely about you getting your light shining through and allowing yourself to communicate or express yourself in some way. Again, you get the sense of trying to find this light out of the darkness. I'm just getting a very, there's more people involved in the situation than we realize. There's a whole lot of other stuff going in behind the scene. So if you're saying, do you see Clarence and you getting back together? I'm not seeing it at this time. I don't see any success in you reconciliation. It's really asking that you acknowledge truthfully the cycle that you're actually in. There are other people actually involved in the whole situation. You're not letting yourself shine through. There is stuff happening behind the scenes that we're not clear about as yet. So, yeah, I feel like you need to allow yourself, loving me, to really see what's going on. Sorry, just taking a minute to take a breath. And EB, I'm coming back to you. Okay. Okay. Just sort of taking a breath for a second. Right, EB, did you have a actual question or anything? So, loving me, that was your question, read Clarence. I'm just waiting to see what whether EB actually had a question or not. Georgia girl, Virgo's attentions towards you. Okay, EB, did you? I know you said hello. Okay, Georgia girl Libra, can you tell me Virgo's attentions? Okay, Georgia, Virgo's attentions. Oh, we've got the Magician again. Okay. Magician is normally someone who can be a bit of a con artist, show you on the surface not really what's underneath, maybe not fully with integrity. And here you've got the Empress here, which is a sense of fertility, bringing things into fruition, motherhood. Again, you've got that sense of control. I'm getting a lot about control and stuff, and this thing about untrustworthy and not really being, maybe not being totally honest, maybe not sort of seeing what's below the surface in the situation. There is this thing of bringing what they want into fruition, abundance and bounty. So maybe their intention is to create a sense of abundance within their own life, their own success, a sense of, I don't know why I'm getting the words eye candy and stuff here. And it's definitely going to shake up your world. I feel like there's definitely a shake up of things going on. It will definitely shake things up a little bit in the whole thing. It is interesting though, because we do have the sun here, and the sun does speak about a sense of happiness and joy. So even though it feels like it's sense of not really seeing what's not really seeing below the surface, only seeing what's on top, only seeing what you're allowed to sort of see within the situation, I feel like there is a sense of direction needing to be controlled. It's a sense about contemplation and reflection and deciding on the journey that needs to be traveled, so to speak. You've got this fertility, you've got things coming into fruition, a sense of like, I want to say motherhood, but not a physical mother, but something about nurturing something into being. So it's like maybe his intentions towards you is to nurture you into something that he wants. Okay, EB, a good question, and I'll get some decent decks with working with that. I feel like I can get into quite depth with that question. Good question, EB. So talking about this one here is in regards to definitely feel like there's a sense of control in the situation. There is definitely about a shake up of the world. Things like going to feel a bit wobbly, a bit out of sorts, not in alignment, but yet there is a sense of moving through that process and finding some happiness and joy. So the hope is there, but it is about dealing with these other things as well. So Georgia girl, it's about Virgo's intentions towards you. Seems like there's a lot more below the surface than you're actually seeing. It's like he wants to bring something into fruition. It's like he wants to bring something out into the way he wants to be. Again, I get that sense of controlling energy. It is going to shake things up a bit. It is going to be a sense of it is going to shake things up quite a lot. But I do see some happiness, and I don't know whether that's you moving through the process and finding your own answers from within, which is going to bring you happiness in the end. But it does give you a sense of hope with it. So that's your question answered. Okay, EB, so let's think of your question a bit more. Now you're talking about Lemurians. Okay, Garav, I'll do you soon. Oh, and time's moving on. I'm not going to be on for too much longer. Let me just change this here. Okay, so you're welcome, George Gill. Okay, so EB, let's have a look at your one in particular. I feel like I'm going to get quite deep with this. Just want to get okay, sorry guys, I'm just sort of looking for a deck. Now, because this is quite a spiritual question, right, let's have a look. EB. Yeah, Gaurav, I'll just do yours after I've done EB's. Okay, let's look at this quite deeply. Lemurians, right. So I'm doing New Zealand. Now, I'm using a New Zealand Māori gods and goddesses, New Zealand Māori deities deck. Okay, so just give us a moment, EB. Right. What I've got in my hand here is Pounamu. Pounamu is a New Zealand greenstone or New Zealand jade. Pounamu is the Māori word for it, and we're just connecting with the deities, and we're just allowing that energy to come through, because they're going to bring you the message with the Lemurians or with your guides, and see what messages and things come through. Now we're just working with a major arcana deck, so this is going to be quite in depth, hopefully. So we'll just see what message comes through for you. And then I'm going to use Songs of My Heart by Justine that handed me that pencil as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do those here, and then in the center. Messages coming through. Okay, so let's have a look. First card we look at in regards to your journey is about strength. Now we've got Haumea. Haumea is the god of the wild food. So we're talking about we're talking about the nutrition. So the ability to nourish your soul so that you have the strength and the stamina to move through this process is going to be so important. So I get a sense of really sort of taking care of who you are so you have the strength to move ahead, EB. So that's going to be super important. So your important message is really about nourishing your soul. When you've got the god of the wild food, you're talking about the sense of nourishing with natural foods, with foods that are healthy. Look at your nutritional value of what you eat is going to be really important. Also, the people that you hang around with, people that you're with, is going to be super important. That's going to give you the strengths that you need as well, the ability to focus on having the endurance that you need to actually move ahead. So that's going to be super important. The next thing you have is the Emperor, or Io, the supreme god. So in this one here, I get a sense of being a leader, being in control of your own journey. It might be a way for you to sort of, I get a sense of saying, this is my way, this is the way I need to do it for me. It's like you need to rule your life. It's like you need to maybe put your foot down and not follow others on their path, but this is about you following your own path, trusting in yourself in the way that you decide that you want to move ahead as well. So that's going to be super important, EB, for you to really acknowledge that you are the leader in your journey, that you're in control, that you make your own decisions. It's not about up to anybody else, but it's about up to you. That's going to be super important. Next we have the Tohunga, which is the Hierophant. Now this is the high priest in Māori. So this is someone who blesses or sacredness, sense of, someone who is very sacred in their practice. Every day they live their practice. There's no wavering. You don't do it just one day a week. This is every day you live your life with your own spirituality. What you do every day is so important to your practice, EB. So your meditations, your communication with the Lemurians, the what you eat, again, what you nourish, what you bring into your soul, the way you control your life, the way you make decisions in your life, and the actions that you actually take. That daily practice is about you. It's the way you choose to practice your spirituality that's going to make a difference. Okay, so I'm just noticing here, just need to bring this across. Oh, no, wrong way. Always do that with left and right, don't you? Okay, the card here I have is the Hitiki, which is the Hanged Man, or the first human. And so with this, just sort of getting a sense of, what are you needing to release and let go of? What, your day, again, it's about the daily practices of making sure that you're letting go of those things that don't support you on your journey. Okay, so it's really about you, EB, being able to release and let go of those things that don't serve you well. That's going to be super important. It's going to allow you to maybe look at things from a fresh perspective, look at things that are a bit different. Could be super important for you too. Looking at things that are completely in a new light, so to speak, is going to be super important. So that's basically that. And then you again have, this is interesting. Okay, first card here is I adapt and thrive. Emerald lakes shine on top of the barren Tungaroa crossing, and I too overcome any adversity. So again, you're going to overcome any challenges, and you're going to thrive and grow in your own spirituality. So I feel like there's a real acknowledgement from that energy, that vibration, that you're moving in the right direction, you're doing all the right things. These are just gentle reminders to say, this is where you need to be. Again, you've got your vulnerability inspires me. Like a newborn, I grow through fresh experiences by allowing myself to explore freely. So again, you have that whole sense of being in control of your own journey by allowing yourself. Hi, Shada. So you're allowing yourself, EB, to be vulnerable as you move through these processes, as you allow yourself to explore new possibilities, try different things, to develop spiritually as well. Again, we get change needed strength. So interesting that you have the strength card again, where you expect, I respect that transformation requires sacrifice so that growth is possible for me. So again, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to release so that you have that strength to actually move ahead as well? Super, super important. So I'm just going to finish off here. I know they just keep saying this one here. Okay. So let's have a look at the. Okay. Oh, okay. A lot of spirit guides coming in. Okay, there's a lot about energy, vitality, and finding a sense of. I want to say this energy, this vitality coming through, and allowing yourself to see what lies ahead for yourself. Again, I get a lot of healing coming through, a lot of development, a lot of connecting with your spirit guides as well. Connecting with your guides, connecting with the energy and the vibration is super important. I'm actually finishing up. I'm trying not to last too long tonight because I actually haven't been that well. So this is my first time back for a little while. So I'm not quite sure how much more. I've been on for a bit longer than I thought I'd be. I want to do EB's one because that's paid for. So really want to say that the energy. So EB, does that make sense with regards to your spirituality, your development, what's important for you with connecting to your guides? I feel a lot about meditation, reflection. Green crystals would be quite important for you too, and something in the red range as well. So something in the red. So maybe I'm just getting like red jasper or blood or hematite would be quite good, or bloodstone. But I'm sort of getting more of a hematite one here. Hematite, which is like the a blackish grey stone with a red in it. The hematite with red in it could be quite important for you too at some stage. So yeah. So EB, I hope that sort of answers your question, gives you something to sort of reflect on and move forward with. Okay, let me just put these cards away because I'm not actually using them for general readings. They were just for EBs. Let me put that away. Patricia, there's no list. It's, of course, donations take priority, but also too, I am ending soon because I really have been on for an hour. I said I'd do Gaurav's reading because it was here for a while before I said about finishing. So let's have a look. Gaurav, what was your question? Career. Do you see abundance? Career. Okay, Gaurav, let's see abundance. Gaurav. Okay, Gaurav, there's some things that you need to look at alternatively. Does see the sun shining on the situation. Get out of the warmth into the cold. Okay, it's just going to take some time, but I do see some happiness and some joy. I do see you being led out of the cold into the warmth. So I do feel like there is some success, but it is going to take some time. You do need to look at things from a different perspective for Gaurav. That's going to be super important for you as well, is to oh God, that time disappears fast. Okay, Gaurav. So in regards to your career and finding abundance, yes, you'll find abundance. Yes, things will be happy, but it is going to take some time. You do need to look at things from a different angle, maybe look at things from a different viewpoint. And it is going to take some time. It is about endurance. It is about strength, having the courage to maybe do something that you wouldn't normally do as well, as you find yourself being led out of the cold into the warmth. So that's why I feel like, yes, you'll have success. Yes, things will work out the way you want, but it will take some time. You may have to look at things from a different perspective as well. Okay, so that's it. That was my last reading. I've been on for over an hour and I have to quit. I can't be on for too much longer. And it is 8 o'clock at night. And I will be on again. Check my channel. If you subscribe, you'll know when I'm on again. So I'm sorry I can't get to everybody's questions. But I will be on again soon. So thanks for being with Hikate's Crossing. Sorry I can't do any more readings tonight. An hour is quite long enough for me at this time with the readings and things that I do. So that's it. Good night, and thanks for being with me. So yeah, take care.